So wait a second here. What is going on? Okay, so I do have, we're on delay. It looks like we started streaming. This guy is very intent. So we're going to let that one go. Let the A7 go. Took a big loss. Took a little bit of an L here. Okay, so let's see how aggro this guy. So I'm on start streaming. Good. Check. Welcome to 2020. Six. Nice. 2026. Lovely. It's so beautiful. Everything's so good. We had such a good year for 2025. It was amazing. And now we're into the next year, which is, I mean, I'm pretty sure King 7, obviously, we're going to open that. Um, and I just started the new year on a little bit of a new leaf, let's just say. And what do we got here? Why do I even have that up? I shouldn't have that up. I should have the stream up just to make sure that I'm streaming. And so, let's see here. There's no fathomable universe where a 10-7 off is going to be called, right? So, now we pick up an ace king. So we have two tables. This is a standard 3x raise. And let's see what happens. Hopefully we get raised, but we don't. And so what I'm doing here is the title of $130. $130 challenge. Okay, good. So we've got that up on display. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Okay. So, um, for 2026, basically what I started was partly because I was just, you know what, I was getting a little too cocky, I think, and kind of, I guess I thought I had the game figured out, whatever it might be. I was playing 200 NL. I was playing too many tables, and I was just, I mean, I had 500 bucks, started playing, what was it, 100 NL, and ran that up to $2,500. And I was playing pretty good. And then I started getting way too aggressive, just calling off too much. And you know what? That is just, I mean, my calibration, my poker calibration was off tremendously. So I started getting a little bit on the arrogant side. Probably, I'm just trying to do some self-analysis here, and that's really what happened. So I'm doing a reset here because all that 2,500 that I was up, so I 5x'd my bankroll. It was pretty nice, right? I was playing some good poker, and that's all on the streams that are on my channel. And then I just started getting cocky, and I just started doing stupid things, and I just got way too aggressive. And what happens when the poker gods come in and slap you? Slap you. Let's, you know what? Let's just go and let's just raise here because of the fact that I'd rather not play an ace three here. It's an okay hand to play, but I mean this guy's short stacked. Good chance that they are could be a little bit of a rookie-ish player. Not that I'm great by any stretch of the imagination. Um, so to circle back for 2026, yeah, when you play so many hands like that and you limp in, I mean, I don't even have to tag this player, right? But so then they get that sent back to them, right? And then this guy, so you would think if this was a larger game, if this was like 100 NL, 200 NL type of game, I mean, this guy is everyone's going to fold to that guy because he's got, I mean, he's essentially has like aces, kings, ace, king. I mean, there's like something way up there, queens, whatever it might be. In this game at 10 NL, who the hell knows, right? Some people are just aggressive for the sake of being aggressive, and they're just playing for the thrill. They're just playing for the pokey poke thrill, right? So I decided to start all over again for 2026, and I've got $130 bankroll, and I'm going to start at 10 NL and just see where she goes, right? And I also changed my format. And my format is in terms of display format. My display format now is just the top table gets displayed. And so you're just going to basically be able to see all the action. It's not going to be multiple tables. I just find that having multiple tables on the screen, it just ends up getting too busy. And if I'm 4 or 5 tabling, I mean, having all those tables on the screen, it just doesn't, I don't know. It's not for me. If I'm watching poker, I mean, and when I'm playing poker, I don't like to have a whole bunch of different tables that I'm going to scan back and forth and left and right. I'd rather have whatever's going on, my decision point. If I have a decision point, if I have a decision to make on another table, I'll be thinking about that table and what's going on with that table. But at the same time, I will be, you know, it's sort of auto folding like I'm doing right now. I can still auto fold and think about the table, right? I mean, it's pretty easy to auto fold. So I've got 2 tables up, and right now, so we've got 2 tables, and basically we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got a bunch of tables in reserve, and that's how we're going to play it. And we're basically going to, I think it's easier for somebody who's watching the stream, and it's easier for me to comment on hands. The only thing is there it might be piecemeal if I want to put together hand videos, but I've got so many videos out there that of me making stupid plays that and a couple of okay plays. But yeah, I think that's the best way to go, right? So anyway, welcome to 2026. Hopefully, if anyone's tuning into my stream, that you do enjoy a couple things. This is all about, let's call it poker community. This is all about, I mean, my goal is not, I don't make a living playing poker. Oh, another table just came up here. So we're good there. We got 3 now. And yeah, standard open here. If you're a beginner poker player, I think this is a good channel for you. And the reason is because we're not going to get too complex. We could get into some things that are a little bit more on the complex side, but 4-3, I think I can just easily call that. That's maybe on the outside. So I'm pretty sure with ace 10, probably the only thing I would want to do here is just check raise if I want to. With 2 overs with this, you know what? I'm going to just fold that. All right, so he checked. So the only way I'm going to really win this hand, I could just give up. 6, 7, 8. Let's go 10 here. Let's go 10. Okay. All right. I'm just going to give this one up. Okay. Now, what I could do is I could bluff into that, but I mean, against the cutoff, I mean, his range is way ahead of me. So it'd be an extremely aggressive play. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go 13 with my ace queen. And hopefully if I get a couple folds, if not, I probably have a decently playable hand. Probably would have to bink. And 6, 10, 7, I could probably, that's kind of in their wheelhouse. They might have a pair. So what I can do is I can always, if I'm going to bet, I'm probably going to want to go like something like that. Something fairly large. King 7, I probably should have opened. So this guy's jamming it back down my throat. Don't think there's any way I can call that. So there we go. So he essentially called. That was a good aggressive play. I mean, I pretty certain that that wasn't a bluff. That would not be a bluff. And like he did call. So he might have called me with, I mean, he could have called me with jacks, could have called me with tens. He might have had a set of tens there. Sevens, what was there? Was there a six? Um, yeah, so easily, I mean, he had a bunch of the sets there, way ahead of me. He could have been way ahead of me, even if I would have called that and hit my ace or even hit the queen. I mean, he could have. There's a lot of other hands he could have. Could have been a massive flush draw, and it could have even been a massive flush draw that I was behind, right? So that bet, I don't think the bet was necessarily terrible. What's he gonna fold out? That's the thing. Is what am I gonna do? What am I doing with that? What's the accomplish? Well, I mean, he could have folded out maybe an ace jack. Not gonna fold out an ace 10. You know what? Now that I think of it, thinking about that hand, um, now that I think of it, it might not have been the best idea to bet that. Just thinking of the hands, like I could have easily um, folded out a bunch of his hands, but I mean, yeah, like if he's got jacks, he's not got queens, he's not probably less likely queens, but I mean, kings, he's probably stuffing it in pre-flop anyway. Ace king, he could have the same hand as me, ace queen. Um, I know, would he just bluff raise with that? Probably not. So I mean, he had a primo hand. He had absolutely a primo hand there. So we just let it go. All right. And that again, the question that I'm asking myself is should I have should I have been so aggressive there? Should I have taken that initiative? Right. So if I've got, for example, I might do that. I might do that with aces, kings, queens. So, I mean, for him to jam it back at me, that's a very, very strong move. So I'm thinking to myself, well, how often am I going to be doing that? How often am I going to be that same scenario? Given that same scenario, how often am I gonna be uh, making that bet, making that large bet? Um, and maybe sometimes. So I don't think it's the worst thing to do. Okay, so for something like this, I could either check call. I probably don't want to donk out, but I think a check raise might be interesting here on a small bet. So let's go 2, 4, 6. Let's just go 7. Let's just go a small check raise here. Okay. And because he's in the cutoff, all right, so he called my check raise. So that could be a king, could be a queen. That's a blank. That is a blank turn. So what I'm going to do is I am going to let's see what he does. Check again. Let's see what he does. If he decides not to bet on that type of a card, that's kind of a not a great run out. I could maybe, like, what could I quote unquote represent? He could have a jack here that I'm beating, but I'm going to just check this down and see what happens. So, what do we got here? Ace nine. Uh, that, no. Okay. All right. So, I don't think there's a good rationale for donking here. So, I'm not going to. And I've got an ace. I mean, he could have a pair. Yeah. So got out kicked. And am I gonna get a bluff by him? Maybe. Probably have to be pretty big there. Just not a great spot. and sometimes you just, I kind of look at it and go, sometimes you just got to give up. Right now, against under the gun, I'm probably not going to raise ace deuce. Um, it's just too weak and out of position. It would be a raise, obviously. So right now we're starting off where we're just kind of getting into the flow today. And what's going on here? We got ace queen. I could call with this raise here. So he raised under the gun. I mean, I'm just gonna fold that. So under the gun and raise, that's pretty darn strong. Now we have how many tables we got? We got 4 tables up here. Okay, so now we're starting to roll. Um, and again, this is decisions in real time, right? So I'm going to start off with 130 bucks and see what happens. And um, just basically, record it and stream it in real time. Good decisions, bad decisions, but have anyone who's watching the stream, and appreciate all of you. Um, let's just I'll talk this out. These are the things that I'm thinking of. Okay, so the only thing I can do really here with the two calls and is check. I mean, I probably could bet. It would end up being a big bet. I mean, let's just let this go. Let's just let this go. I mean, it's not my board. It's not a higher board. There's just a lot of reasons why, sometimes you do have to just take the loss and rebuild. So for 2026, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to recalibrate in terms of playing smart poker. Jack 5, I think I'm okay calling here against the cutoff. Yeah, I think we're good. Sixes, we're going to make the call here. A7, we're going to raise here. Yeah, calling that, probably not. That's probably a let go. Calling here, let's see here, check. So, I mean, now I could probably bluff this. This guy's raising, A7. No. Okay, so this is so I should probably, against the hijack, I gotta fold that. All right, nothing. A6 against under the gun. All right, so we got kings here. We're gonna raise this up to 11. Ace queen, we're gonna raise that up to 11. And hopefully we get some action. So we got those 2 tables in the background, the ace, queen, and the kings. And if something doesn't appear soon, that probably means we got some folds. 7-5. So ace jack against the might not be high enough. Okay, so it looks like we did get the folds that we're kind of sort of hoping for, but not necessarily. Like the kings, I'll get my kings in all day, obviously. Um, ace. Okay, so king 10 borderline, but there I'm going to raise it this time. Obviously, a7, we're going to open in the button. Um, I would probably open that in the cutoff. King 4, only some of the time, not all the time. 7, 8, 9, 10. So what do we got here? I can check raise. He checked to me. So again, I don't even have a made hand here. So I am going to just bet and see if I can get some fold equity. Again, he could have an ace he wants to hang around with. I've got a ton of equity here. I even picked up some more equity. So let's see here. Where is that hand? Okay, so that's even really good for me. So what I'm going to do is I am going to King 7. That should be a call. That's a good board for me. With that type of hand, I could technically donk out, but I'm not going to. Let's see here. Come on. There we go. Um, we're gonna raise that. King 7. He's checking down all the way. That's that a good board for me. Now I'm gonna check this. Queen Jack. That's just a call. Mm, so he'll hang around with an ace. Let's see here. With two overs, should probably just call that. Uh, let's go here. I'm just gonna check that. Okay, so I just picked up some more equity. And on that, if I'm gonna bet, I want to bet probably pretty big. So I'm just gonna go all in here. All right, we're gonna fold that. We're gonna bet our threes. And so on and so forth. Okay. So, yeah, I don't even know if he called me. Be interesting to see. Kind of a dramatic moment there. But I have no idea what happened. Well, we'll actually notice when we and I was doing that essentially like he checked down, which is a little bit is slightly weak, right? So for this type of board with these two overs, I'm not going to get too frisky. Uh, yeah, so that just screams weakness, right? Doesn't that scream weakness? I'm in between there. I'll let that go. I mean, he's turn probing. Yeah, I did win that hand. Okay, so here we go. All right. So how many tables do we have, anyways? Oh, we do have the 5 tables. Okay, good. So we got our full allotment of 5 tables and sevens. We're going to open the sevens. We got 6-5. We're going to call that. This might be a good check raise opportunity. Jack 9, we're going to call against the min. Okay, so this has to be a bet, and against that, we're going to start off with that. We're just gonna check that. Jack 9, that's actually a really, so I'm gonna check raise that one. 0.9, probably a good opportunity to start check raising right now. And no point in bloating the pot right now. 9-10 Jack. Okay, so probably a good rationale to let's see here. Mm, let's just bet that. Let's see if we can get down to showdown here. All right, so it's okay. All right. Okay. So I am going to rip that puppy. Um, he called. Wow. Okay. So, hmm, what am I have? What do I have left? All right. Let's go. Mm, folding that. Um, okay. 1.7. I got nothing. What am I doing? Okay. So we had a little bit of a whole bunch of hands going on at the same time. Did he call me there or not? We'll find out in a second. I don't think he believed that I had the flush. I mean, it is possible that he could have had a larger flush, but it's unlikely. I just don't think he believed me. Hello. Okay. Yeah, so I did take that down. All right. Okay. Queen six, I could, let's just see if he donks out here and then see what happens. Now let's just build a little bit of a betting range here. Small, I probably could go beat 75 with that type of a board. Okay. It is kind of fun playing five tables, I have to admit. King three, not strong enough. Jack, king, ace. Okay, so he checked. No real reason to bet right now. Right now, he's betting one. I mean, the only thing I should do here is just necessarily call. I don't really want to bloat the pot. And so he bet twice. Okay, so what is he betting with? Um, second, what's he gonna bet twice with? I got the odds. I don't know. I'm just gonna let that go with the double donk. It just seems like that's more of an ace type of holding. Doesn't look like he's trying to get me to fold, obviously. I mean, that doesn't seem very bluffy with that's tiny. Seems like it seems more of a milkish type bet. So yeah, like an ace something type hand. Ace eight. Yeah, I can. That's should be a little bit on the borderline, right? Um, pretty sure. Uh, let's see here. He called me with that. Eight, nine, 10. I'm just gonna check. No real reason to bet. Seven, eight. That okay. Uh, let's see what we should do here. I'll just check that again. Mm, that's very weak. Very weak. I'm pretty sure I can just bet this, right? I should be able to bet this. Yeah. I mean, I've got a range there where I basically take it all down to take my king down to the river. So I think it seems like a reasonable bet. So really what I'm doing is I am, playing there's some standard what you call the ABC poker. And then what you're also doing on top of that is you're just looking for some. Now, King Jack, am I going to raise him under the gun? Nah, not right now. Probably is a thing. Let's just take a look at the cutoff first of all, and let me think about the cutoff and whether. Yeah, okay. Um, let's also take a look at the button, and let's think about King Jack versus an under the gun. Uh, you know what? Thinking that um, it's probably too far down to raise. Okay, what did we got here? All right. So, yeah, 2026 has started off pretty well. woke up. Didn't do any too much celebration. I just had a few beers last night, few nice Heinekens. Um, got some pizza. A place called Boston Pizza. I mean, I know it's a chain, etc., but I haven't had it in such a long time because I don't order skip the dishes, any of that kind of stuff. So this is pretty standard raise. King Jack against under the gun. No. I mean, King Queen, that's definitely a raise. Okay, so just think about what this guy is actually calling me with. He'll have some pocket pairs. He'll have some ace. He'll have some like weaker aces. Um, so there are some boards to attack for sure. We got two callers here. So with two callers, I am just going to 10-6. Yeah, okay, we'll 10-6. 10-6 on the button. Yep. Okay, I think 10-6 is kind of right on the edge of, really where I want to. And it all depends on what kind of the charts and all that kind. Look at everyone. I didn't realize there's so many people in this hand. It's a good thing I just checked. Um, and I just do not have the ammunition there. Not even close. So, especially multi-way, one of the things that you want to consider is that um, well, a good looking hand off the hop, a good, great looking hand. I mean, under the gun or, in the hijack, way up in your range, you're like, I got a great hand. I quickly can turn into a terrible hand. I mean, no redraw, no nothing, no reason. There's no reason to place any more mana. Like my hand has essentially reached its ceiling. Now, if I'm in position against the small blind, or if I'm in position against um, and if I've got a little bit more what you call favorability, world favorability, I mean, there's no real reason for me to bet. Let's just see if he decides to donk out here. This would be interesting if he does, because I can always, probably not best to raise that. That's going to be a call for sure. But see, he did donk out. So let's just call this. Okay. I'm just going to call this. Sixes against under the gun. Again, so if I'm in the hijack against under the gun, probably very, very, very infrequently. So he is really attacking this board. And again, ace king looks pretty nice, but I mean, I'm just gonna let it go. I don't want to get too stubborn and too sticky. Okay, so where are we against? We're against the hijack. So I think with second pair and a flush draw, I should absolutely be able to call. Let's just go six here against that bet. Let's just make the call. Let's just make the call. Okay, now I picked up some more equity. The only thing right now I'm behind is, so there's no real reason to ace nine on that board. I could bet, but I'm just gonna check. And let's see here. Should I bet? No, you know what? Let's just check. Okay, now I just picked up a nice draw. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make this pretty big bet. Now he just potted it. Third pair, bet check, bet, pot. He's not afraid of a flush or anything like that. So Jack nine, I think I can just call that. Okay. So again, as far as some of these decisions, I'm sort of erring on. I'm being a little bit on the conservative side right now. Yes, but at the same time, prior to that, before I was erring on the side of being way too aggressive. And so right now, I'm trying to find that sweet spot where I'm still, at the same time, I'm still using a healthy amount of aggression, but at the same time, picking my spots better. That should be a standard raise. And by doing that, um, basically it's continuously improving, getting a little bit better in terms of your poker daily. Now, one of the reasons why I can't remember why I actually have this guy at. Okay, so this is absolutely going to be a big bet because I have so much equity. I can even probably decide to. Um, I could probably get it all in there. I mean, I'm almost certain I could get it all in there. I mean, I got so much equity that even against aces, maybe unless he had the ace of clubs, I probably have some good equity. Meaning if he had two aces there, a set of aces, I mean, I've got some good equity there. Now, yeah, I probably have some reverse implied odds if he had two aces, but I mean, if he had ace king, for example, um, king seven, we'll do that sometimes. I think it all depends on the. Now, this is what happens at this level, and nothing against, I mean, 10 NL. I think what we're going to do is call sometime, but today against this guy, we're going to raise. So again, all your decisions aren't necessarily always absolute. Gonna let that go. Okay, so with this, I am going to do small bet. Oh, this is a three-way, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna bet small. And if he calls me, then I mean, I might have. I'm pretty sure I've just reached my ceiling for that hand. My hand doesn't necessarily want to 9-10 Jack Queen. That looks like a pretty good. I could check raise. Yeah, let me just check raise. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, let's check raise. Yeah, let's check raise up to 6 and go from there. Okay, he called me, so we are just. So he did call me, huh? Hmm. Do I bet again? I don't think I bet again. I think I'm just going to call that because he called my big check raise. This is going to be. Let's bet here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, gotta let that go. I know I had a good draw there, but so again, not being too greedy, not being too, just sort of trying to pick spots right now. I'm trying to pick spots and know when to let go as well. I mean, just dust your boots off and live again to fight another day. But also, I mean, there's opportunities, a lot of opportunities to three bet. And so just three betting at the appropriate time. And some of them are, some are bluffs, some are semi bluffs, some are super strong. You want to balance out your range. I think that makes sense as well. So, okay. All right. So I was just taking a look at some new software. MDA Demon seems like they've got some pretty cool stuff. So your mass data analysis, and um, so I've been checking that out. Probably come up with a few new shorts and new videos and all that kind of stuff as well. So yeah, 2026 is shaping up so far. It'd be pretty darned good. I mean, no, not with that hand. Mm, so I do have a draw. I mean, the only thing I could really do should really do is check here. Like, there's no reason to bet. Okay, so I do have some equity here. It's kind of borderline. Might be a raising hand, but I'm just going to check that. We've got tens, so we're going to raise the tens. And this is worthwhile to call. There could be some reverse implied odds here, but for such a small bet, I mean, I do have a flush draw. I should probably just take one more bullet, see what happens here. Now, he called. Is that a polarizing turn? So I probably a good idea. Let's just go big bet and see what happens here. Hmm. I have jacks here somewhere. No, I thought I had jacks here somewhere. Did I fold that? Did I fold jacks somewhere? I don't think so. Hmm. Okay. Remote of a table or something? Mm, this is blind versus blind. Uh, if I'm gonna bet, I could check raise. I'm just gonna bet here. And again, like, am I merging my hands? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm just using my range on that hand. So, I mean, actually, what did I have there? I had it was ace, king, queen. So, yeah, I had a little bit of backdoor equity. There's stuff going on in that hand anyway. Just figure, you know what, if I can get it over with, probably reach the investment ceiling for that hand if I get called or if I get raised. So that's it. You can always reach the investment ceiling for your hand pretty early if you desire. So you don't always have to check it down. Now I could have, you know, could have check raised there. Could have check called because of just the blind situation. This guy's calling a lot. Jack eight, that's borderline, I think. In the hijack, Jack eight. Maybe not. Okay, so ace 10, I think I can bet. I'll get a call from I'll get a call from I think that's just a call. Ace 8, nothing to do but really check here. Probably with a small bet, I could probably just take one bullet. Let's raise that. We got some tens. Let's just call the tens this time. Let's call, see what happens. That's no good. This guy's okay. We're gonna shove against that. See what he's got. What do you got, my friend? What do you got? I'm gonna fold my tens because I want to see what's going on here. 21. Okay, what happened to my other hand? Who won? Did I win? Did he win? What just happened? No. That's the thing, right? I can't give up just yet against that, so I'm gonna call that. Hmm. So he checked. Nothing to really do right now. I don't think. Yeah. Okay, so I can definitely bet this. We're at that already. Holy crap. I can definitely bet that. What did he call me with? My raise. A pretty steep raise, wasn't it? Hmm. I'm not sure whether I made any bad plays there. I think Queen 10, not really. Oh, he called. I'm gonna have to shut this down here. I think I'm gonna have to shut this down. I mean, he's calling with everything under the sun. So, yeah, he checked. Maybe I should have bet that. 9, 10, Jack, Queen. Just a call. Mm, just a call. Well, I got my straight. So, I mean, you either. Are you serious? Like, this does not look bluffy. You're triple barreling me. Damn, do I fold a straight? Ugh. Yick. Yick. Do I fold a straight? I mean, such small bets. Is that ever a bluff, though? I mean, he probably just, yeah, it might have been a better idea just to give up on the turn. If I'm going to give up on the river when I hit my straight, might have been a better idea just to give up on the turn, but um, who the heck knows? Yeah, let's just do that. So he's calling me like you wouldn't believe. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, 8, 9. Uh, so this is either a small bet or a big bet. I think this could be. Is everybody just flushing out on me? Hmm. He checked, didn't he? Yeah. Let's just call that. Who took that hand down? Is it me or no? I like chips. Love it. Let's see here. I just called, so I'm into the habit of just doing that a little bit, kind of ignoring the limper and adding one BB. And so instead of going 3.2, blah, blah, I just go 4. This guy bet, this guy, I mean, there's no reason staying in this hand right now. Ace, Jack. Uh, I could just check this. Okay, and so if I've got that, I'm probably just gonna do a delayed C bet. And let's just delay the C bet there. Ladies, lady, ladies and the kings. Oh yeah, I got my. Oh, okay. All right, so that's gonna be what, 25? Probably, yeah, 25. Let's go 25. I think I lost all my profits on that one hand. Sorry, that one table. But that's okay. Easy come and easy go, right? You kind of you can lose the battle, but you can win the war, right? King 6-5. If I'm going to bet here, probably a good idea to bet fairly big. And you can bet an ace. I mean, people say you can't bet an ace. You can bet an ace. Damn right, you can bet an ace. I mean, this optional. Let's call it optional. Music just came on. Nice. So just always being aware of where you are. So being aware of position, being aware of um, the board, how it interacts with your range, how it interacts with their range. Um, whether you need to apply pressure, the let's call it the ceiling. So I know a decent amount of poker theory, but I think one of the things that can be challenging at times is just understanding that it needs to be applied correctly. So it's making sure that you're calibrated properly and you're applying all these different segments and these little, you know, there's tips, there's tricks, there's this, there's that. I mean, there's term probes, I mean, there's all these, but there's a time and a place for everything, and that really ends up being the difference between a good player and a somebody who just splashes shit around. And the difference really is the application. It's the understanding of a situation and the application. I'm just going to check my fours. I mean, would he bet a 9? This is a call right here, right? So should I bet that? I can bet. I can check. I'm going to just bet it this time. Mm, okay, so I can definitely, this is a definitely a good size check raise. And I like this size right there. I think that's kind of a sweet spot. Okay, and two overs, I can absolutely. He checked to me. I can check or bet. I'll just check that. No reason not to bet here with the queens. He called my check raise. Was that a polarizing? That's kind of like a polarizing, right? No, that may have been a mistake. Call me? No, he didn't call me. Eights can call. Eights can call there. I mean, eights can raise. Now eights probably just need to give up if he bets. Check, check. No reason to get too excited here. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I'll take that. That seems pretty strong, but that's what the hand deserves, right? Could I have gone bigger there? Like massive, fold out everything? I mean, that's so weak and capped. I mean, when they check, they're just waiting to fold, so probably not. You get two checks in a row. It's just like, no. Ace 10, yes. Queen 10, no. I wonder how this is going to be able to show up when I do other videos. That is going to be the only thing, right? So I'm going to stream and play for a bit, five table, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a break. And then I'm going to come back later. 10, Jack, Queen. Hmm. Wow. I could bet. I got a lot of equity here, don't I? Where I can check raise and do a lot of things. Is this going to get through everyone? No. But let's see. Be interesting to see if it actually gets through. Yeah. So I got a call there easily. I'll easily get one call. And then once you get one call, sometimes they're like, well, he called. I got the odds to call. And then, you know, people with these stinky hands. But I do have a lot of equity there. Okay. So one of these guys might have a jack. So I am going to just check. Maybe it ends up being a check call. It'd be interesting to see what happens with that hand. Or like he's betting. What the hell is he betting with? He already could have. No, he doesn't have a pair of queens. He's got a jack. I just have to just call this. He bet, didn't he? I have the ace. He had a full house. Wow. Nice hand, bro. Nice hand. Nice hand. What is it a bad? Um, okay. So was it a not so good? Yeah, him betting into two people. I mean, but he could have had a jack there, just a jack, not a queen jack. Oh my God, full house. Wow. Okay. All right. Kudos. That might have been a mistake. I'm looking back on that, but hey, that was exciting. Hmm. And that's really what I did too much of. Um, his bet strong. That's super strong into two people. I mean, but could be a jack. Could have been a jack. Could have been an ace jack. Could have been. There's a lot. There's a lot of. He could have had me so dominated. And even if I hit, yeah, there's no way he's folding. Hmm. No way I'm getting fold equity out of that. Unless he just has a jack. Unless he's like a thinking player with a jack. Yeah, okay. All right. So you admire the aggression. I admire the aggression in myself, but at the same time, I mean, might not have been the smartest play, right? So here's what we're gonna do here. We're pretty much only worried about this guy right up here. Okay, let's see what Awikawa does. And he re-raises me. Then if not, get to play. But literally having a king queen off. I do have the button, which is great, and I am the aggressors. But at the same time, I mean, it's not a hand you want to go to war with. Put it that way. And it is a hand that you could easily just lose. I mean, a lot of different hands, right? So not necessarily go to war, but I mean, there's just so many ways that you can lose with king queen off. Seems like a super strong hand at first glance. Yeah, let's just do this just because it's fun. Just got to keep up the pressure, right? Okay, so I'm going to take a break fairly soon. Like how long have I been doing this? And then I'll come back. Been doing this for an hour now. This guy re-raised me new. Ace Jack is not. Ace Jack is not what I want to have. Okay, so let's shut her down right now and let's just see what do we have for cash here. I think for that one big loss, um, probably really affected us. Let's see what's the bottom line here. Yeah, so we went from 130 to, well, 119. Okay, so 120 sort of thing. All right, we lost one buy-in. No big deal. That is not a big deal in the slightest. I mean, we played some okay poker. I think that one area might have been a mistake, but not necessarily. I mean, was that a good jam? I don't know. Maybe I'll sim that